Hello programmers. In today's class we are going to look into data frame basics and what are the different ways we can use to create a data frame. But first of all, let us see what are the basics of data frame. Data frame is a two-dimensional data structure just like any table. So when you want to represent your table, you can use data frame. So it has rows and columns. It is two-dimensional. And if you see, this is the example of a data frame. Here you can see the rows and the columns. These are the rows and these are the columns. And as you can see, different columns have different data types. So the column names are player name, IPL team, and base price INCR. And there are rows which have indexes 0, 1 and 2. You can name these indexes, you can name the columns, and then you can have the real data, the actual data. So let us see what are the properties of data frame. First of all, a data frame have axis. Axis, that means rows and columns. For row it is axis 0 and for column it is axis 1. It is similar to a spreadsheet. That means you can assume it as a spreadsheet whose row index is called index and column index is called column name. I'll show you the spreadsheet also so that you can understand the difference, the similarity between the data frame and the spreadsheet. So a data frame contains heterogeneous data. I have shown you already the data frame, all the columns are of different data type. So it has heterogeneous data. And the data frame size is mutable. That means you can always change the size of your data frame. You can even change the data of your data frame. So a data frame data is also mutable. As you can see in a spreadsheet, we have rows and these rows are numbered. It has indexes 1, 2, 3, 4 and the column have name A, B, C, D. Similarly, in our data frame also, you can see the row indexes and the column name. You can always change the row indexes. You can give it a name. You can change the column name. So assume it as a spreadsheet. So these are the properties of data frame. And one more thing is the indexes can have numbers, strings or letters. Now let us see how you can create your data frame. So this is the syntax of creating data frame. It can be created by using the constructor. The constructor is data frame. Pandas module and dot, whatever alias name you have taken, you can use that alias name and then dot data frame. D and F are capital here. In this round bracket, you can have the arguments. There can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arguments. First one is the data, the actual data which you want to represent as rows and column. Second is the index. Index is the row index. Okay. The column, you can give column. You can give the data type. You can have a copy. This copy is used for copying the data if the default is false. Now this is the required data is the required argument. All other arguments are optional. Okay, index is also optional, column and then these other arguments are also optional, but this data is the required argument. Okay, now let us see the ways, the different ways of creating data frame. First, you can use a list to create a data frame. You can use series. You can use a Python dictionary. You can use list of dictionaries. You can use a CSV file, you can use a text file, you can use an Excel file and the list of tuples, and there are so many other different ways, but in today's class we are going to look into these ways. Here I am using Jupyter Notebook. You may use any IDE of your choice. So I am going to create a new Jupyter Notebook by clicking on Python 3. And this is untitled, so I'm going to change the name of this notebook. I'm giving it name as data frame. Okay, and rename. Now here you can see this is the cell. Now I want to give heading, so what I can do is you can click on headings and then you can give it a name. This is my heading 2. Okay, you can write here pandas. I'm writing and shift and enter. So I'm going to give one more heading. So I am clicking on heading, and then this is heading 2. I am going to write create data frame. Shift and enter. Now the first way which I am going to use to create the data frame is by list. So this is through list. Now first of all, the first thing which I have to do is to import the pandas. This is the first thing, import pandas module, and then you can give up alias as PD. Okay, now I'm going to create the data frame through the list. So first of all, I have to create a list. I'm going to create a list with the name L1. Maybe L1 is equal to, and I'll give a few numbers maybe. So this is the list I have created just now, and then I am going to create a data frame. So data frame object, this is the data frame object, you can give any name, and then the module which is PD dot, and then you can write data frame. This is the constructor. I have already discussed about this. And the argument, which is the required argument, is pass the list name. So the list name is L1. So I have passed, this is the required argument, and then you can use print and the data frame object. Data frame object is DF. Now to execute it, click on shift and enter, or you can even click on run. Wait for a second. Okay, so this is the data frame we have created. You can see it's in the form of rows and column. Now the column name also I have not given, and I have not given the row index also. So the default index is 0, 1, 2, and the column name is 0, 1, 2 also. So as you can see, I have just passed a list, and it was 10, 20 and 30. So this is 10, 20 and 30. The data frame is created in tabular form, and this is the row index and the column index. Now the second method is we are going to use list of list. So list of list. Okay, now the same thing I am going to use maybe L2. The list name I've given is L2, and then what I am going to create a list inside the list. So first is maybe Ajay, and this is the name of the student, and the marks I've given as 40. This is first list, comma, and then second list I am giving as Vijay, and the marks as maybe 70. So this way you can create as many lists as you want. So here, and then what I'm going to use is just copying it to save the time. I'm going to pass the list which is L2. Okay, and but here what I'm going to do, I am going to define the column names also. So for that you have to use second argument, which was, if you remember, first was the data, second was index, and the third one was column. So I want to give name to my column, so I am going to write columns and then the name, whatever name you want to give. So as you know, first one is the name, and the second column is the marks. So yeah, and then I am going to print df. Okay, shift and enter will execute it, and now you can see this was just a list where you can see only one column. Here we have used list of list, and we have given two columns, and we have given the column name also. So instead of 0, name is printed here, and for the second column, marks, we have given name to the columns. Now coming to the third way of creating data frame. So I am going to use third way as through series of data. So I am going to create the data frame from two series. Okay, so for this, for defining two series, let us take two variables, maybe S1, and I am going to use PD. As you know, to create series we have to use series, and then inside this I am going to create a dictionary. For the dictionary, the first key I am taking as the student name, and the value for this key, as you know, our dictionary has key value pair. So this is the marks of the student, and second student maybe, and the marks of this student, and maybe a third student and the mark of this student. Now this is first series. For the second, let me take it as let me give this, instead of S1, let me give it as marks only. This is marks and this is age, and then I'll give pd dot series, and then I'm going to just copy it for the age. Going to change the age, maybe 12, this maybe 15, and this maybe 16. And so this I have created two series. First one is for marks, second one is for age, for the same students. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to just copy paste for creating the database, data frame. So taking data frame object as df only, dot data frame, and then what you have to do is you have to pass the series name. Okay, so what I am going to do in this, I am taking a dictionary, and for the key I am going to take the column name. I want, and maybe in caps lock, marks. Okay, and then this is the key, and for value I am taking marks. So and comma. Now the second key is I am taking as age, and for this I am going to take age, the age series, and I am going to print the data frame object. Shift and enter. Just where is the error? Okay, sorry, you have to take column, yeah, and then shift and enter. So as you can see, this is the key I have taken in the data frame has become the column name, and this is the data we have passed, or the value we have taken is the series name, and then series we can define, and this way we can create our data frame using the series. Now coming to the fourth way of creating data frame. So here we are going to use dictionaries. Okay, through dictionaries we are going to create our data frame. So for this I am going to take student as my dictionary name, and in this dictionary I am going to give first key as name, and the value of this as the list of students. Okay, so let me take 4 students, Ajay, and second as maybe Vijay, third as Ashu, and one more, Tina. Okay, so I've taken the students name as key value. Now I'm going to take one more key, maybe one subject English, and this is the key, adding values. Now I'll add few values, few numbers. So this is the marks of English, and now the third key maybe IP, and the marks maybe these random numbers I've taken, and maybe one more subject I'll take, chemistry. Okay, and column, and the marks 2, 3, and 4. 4 student, 4 marks. Okay, and that's all. Let me quickly check this dictionary just by using student, this is the dictionary name. Okay, shift and enter. Okay, so 4 students and 4 marks. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to pass this in my pd dot data frame. Okay, and I am going to pass the name of the dictionary, which is student, and let me just store it in a variable, maybe df. Okay, now I'm printing this df, shift and enter. So this is our creating a dictionary, creating data frame through the dictionary. So as you can see in this, the keys are the column name, okay, English, IP and chemistry, and we have not given any row index, so it's the default row index 0 1 2 3 4, and the values are the other rows. Okay, so this is another way. You can even give the row index by including argument, which is index, and you can give the index as maybe r1, giving random values only, r2 and r3, r4. So now I have included the row index also. Let me execute it, shift enter. So as you can see, instead of 0 1 2 3 4, now you can see the row indexes, which is r1, r2, r3, r4. So just by giving the second argument, index is equal to, you can give the row index also. So now coming to the fifth way of creating our data frame. So the fifth way I am taking as by passing a list of dictionaries. So here I am going to use list of dictionaries. Okay, so here I'll take a variable, maybe st. Okay, and I am going to copy the data just to save the time. So defining the list of dictionaries, so that means list, and then for dictionary we have to take curly brace. In this I am going to paste the data, which is for Vijay, Ajay, Megha, and I'll be passing one more name, maybe, okay, and the value is maybe 90. Okay, so this is my first dictionary, separating with the comma, and the second dictionary again I am going to give as this is the dictionary. Now there is no need to keep the same name. You can change the name. I'm going to change the data 89, going to change to 77, and maybe 67. Okay, now this is my second dictionary. In first dictionary you can see I have taken 4 student. In second dictionary I have taken 3 student. In third dictionary I am going to take 3 student again, but with this different name. So just using a curly brace and the curly brace to close it. But instead of Megha, I'll take as Meenal, and so that's all. Okay, I've changed the name here, and in first I've taken 4 names, in second I've taken 3 names, in third I've taken 3 names, but one different name I've taken. Okay, so for defining the data frame, just copying it. So in this I am going to pass the variable name was st. So this is the list I have passed, and then you can print your the data frame, shift and enter. So you can see here, as I told you, in my first dictionary I have taken Vijay, Ajay, Megha, Shubh and Meenal. Okay, So in first it was Vijay, Ajay, Megha, Shubh. Okay, Meenal was not there in our first dictionary, so you can see NaN is passed. What is this NaN? NaN is not a number. So where there the data is missing, its NaN is taken by the data frame. So in rest also you can see for this Vijay, Ajay and Megha, Meenal was not there and Shubh was not there for our second dictionary. And for the third dictionary, as you can see, it was for Vijay, Ajay and Meenal. Vijay, Ajay and Meenal. For rest of the 2 students, NaN is passed. So this is the 5th way of creating data frame. Now let us have a look at the 6th way of creating data frame, which is through the text file. I have already saved a text file. The name of the text file is student, STUD. And I have kept that file in the same folder where my this Jupyter notebook is saved. So this is the text file. It's STUD, and I have made it in a notebook, in a notepad. What I have to do is I have to use again pd.read read and underscore CSV. You can use a comma separated value. This method you can use to read your text file also. So here give the name of your text file STUD and .txt. So but if your file is not saved in the same folder where your Jupyter notebook file is saved, then you have to give the complete path. Okay, yes. And now just print your data frame. Shift and enter. So this will print the data of your text file. Now as you can see, this was our text file, and this is the data of this text file. As you can see, we have not given any row index, so the default row index is added here, which is 0 and 1. Yeah. Now the next way of creating our data frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read my Excel file through this data frame object. So I have already downloaded one Excel file from internet, and that is for the COVID, and this is the Excel file I have downloaded. The name of the file is COVID only, and as I told you, I have kept the Excel file in the same folder where I have saved my Jupyter notebook file. So I am going to read this Excel file. pd.read underscore Excel is the method name to read your Excel file. Just give the name of your Excel file if it is saved in the same folder, and you have to give the extension, that is XLSX. So just the name of the file with the extension is enough if you have not saved in some other place. But if you have kept it in some other place, then you have to give the entire path like this. This way you can give the path of your file where the file is saved, and just print the DF. Okay, shift and enter. As you can see, this is the Excel file. It's a huge file with 4589 rows. So coming to the next way of creating your data frame, I'll show you quickly, just show you one more way of creating your data frame, and that is through CSV file. CSV is comma separated values. Okay, so I have already, as I told you, I have downloaded the Excel file. I have downloaded the CSV file of COVID as well. The name of the file is same, and it is kept in the same folder where my this notebook, Jupyter notebook, is saved. So the name is COVID only. Let me quickly show you the CSV file, and this is the CSV file I have downloaded. The name is COVID and the extension is CSV. So what you are going to do is I am going to copy and paste just to save the time. Now in this, when you want to read a CSV file, you have to pass the argument, the method name as CSV. Okay, and give the extension as the file name dot the extension. Extension is CSV, and then press shift and enter. So you can see this is the CSV file we are reading. So these are the different ways of creating data frame. So that's all for today's class. We'll see more about data frame in our next class. Thank you for watching.